I can get through hard things has definitely helped me in my life. Helped to talk to more people.
I got to a place where I was like, I need to take ownership. Welcome to the Living Louder podcast. I am hanging out with two of my favorite people. My son, Jackson, and I'm going to introduce him in a second. And then Chad, I talked to him, had to give him a cowboy hat this time. First time it was the cowboy boots. Now it's the hat. Probably
Really?
should have, yeah.
We should have
brought the hat and the boots because people want to see it.
Well, I don't know about that, but we should have come up with the hat, you know?
What you're saying is you want another hat? A more expensive hat?
Maybe.
Okay. So when Chad and I got married, I had two kids. You adopted those kids. And then a few years later, we had Jackson. And I remember on our way home from the hospital, you're like, oh my heck, this is the coolest feeling I've ever had in my life. Like the heavens parted and Jackson showed up. And so he's kind of like not the oldest, but the oldest. He's our oldest. And we're both oldists. We're a long line of oldists.
Yeah.
My dad's the oldest. Your dad was the oldest. Your mother was the oldest. Now Jackson's the oldest. He's like, the oldest.
Yeah, part of the club.
Yeah, join the club. Jackson, you had your mother go to prison.
Yep. Yeah.
So probably you were 14 years old when I went. I just actually interviewed Sage, and you and Sage were the same age. She said that she had a crush on you the whole time she was growing up. So, but what do you remember, like, about being a kid and your mom being under federal investigation? Do you remember any of that, or is it pretty traumatic and you just kind of blocked it out?
I don't really remember, like, the investigation. Yeah, just being that age and kind of worrying so much about what people are going to think. And, yeah, almost just trying to keep it a secret, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, yeah, like the area we were in, like that's obviously not a common thing you see.
Right.
So.
Junior high is a hard age, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you throw something like that in.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because I got to prison and I didn't think, I felt like our situation was what everyone's situation was, right? Like we lived in a nice community, had all this support. My kids didn't have any other friends that had parents that were in prison.
No.
And so it was like, I get to prison and I'm talking to people that are like I remember this girl that I talked to in prison. I asked her how to use the phone. And she goes, oh, I've never made a phone call. I've been locked up for 4 years. I don't know how to use the phone. I said, why don't you call your family? She's like, all my family's locked up. Who would I call? I was like, what? You know, it was there were a lot of people that had different experiences than my experience. And I think that there's hard things about both. It's like hard if you're raised in a community, in a poor community or the projects, and you know, your family, your friends are all going to prison, but then to be a kid in a nice neighborhood where you don't know anybody else that's going to prison. And I think it really changed. Like I've seen how the older kids who are already out of the house, their view on things are different than maybe your view and Sadie's view and the younger kids. Like I feel like your view is you've probably become more compassionate and understanding about people. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like good came out of it for sure. Just being able to get through something at such a young age kind of has set the tone for the rest of my life in some sense. Just knowing that I can get through hard things has definitely helped me in my life.
What wasn't good?
Like I said, just like trying to fit in, I guess, or worrying about fitting in, trying to relate to other kids. I feel like that was the hardest part.
Just feeling alone.
Yeah, kind of feeling alone in some sense.
You were like this really good kid. You would just get yourself to school. You got straight A's. You just figured out how to do life on your own at a pretty young age.
Yeah.
And I remember you came out to visit me one time and you were struggling. And I felt like you had a pretty solid chip on your shoulder. You'd been in school and broken some rule. And the principal had made this dumb comment and said, I just don't want to see you turn out like your mom. And I think you might have told him to F off. It might have been the outcome of that one. And he handled it wrong. But I remember when you came out and I looked at you and I was like, Jackson, I don't want you to turn out like me either. I don't want you to come to prison. Like it was this, for me, I feel like you were so supportive of me, but you also wouldn't let anybody in. Like when I asked you, I said, does anyone talk to you about this? And you're like, nobody would dare talk to me about this. Like you were pretty closed off in letting people talk to you about me or support you.
Definitely had a lot of walls up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you though. Man, you fought through it. Good kid.
Yeah, definitely made it out the other end.
Yeah. I remember telling the kids all the time, like hard stuff happens and this is going to be hard, but don't let it be your excuse for really, for derailing, what you want out of life and, being a good person. And, like most things, it's easier said than done. But I think you guys did a pretty good job taking a hard situation and circumstance and just, getting through it. So, yeah, it's good to be on the other side.
Well, a lot of it, I think, was your support. You were really supportive of our kid. Kind of lost yourself, but you did your best with the kid. I remember when you came out and you were like, I feel like I'm failing our kids. I can't give them vacations. I can't buy them anything because our life changed financially. Bam. Right? Was that hard for you?
Not really. I mean, I feel like we weren't broke. Like I still got stuff like an Xbox and whatnot. And then, I started working when I was 16. So I guess it kind of taught me to like value my money kind of early on. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't the worst scenario for sure. There's definitely other people that have it a lot worse where they're worrying about food or necessities. Whereas luckily we did have our necessities covered for sure.
So for you got a job at a young age, you had to buy your own car, pretty much work 2 jobs. And how did that help you?
I feel like, it just helped me develop a work ethic at a younger age than most people. That's for sure helped me get to where I am now. With the job that I do have, I definitely still use those skills and feel like they've pushed me ahead in some sense.
Were you ever angry at me?
I wouldn't say angry at you. I feel like a lot of it was kind of just, it is what it was. Like that mentality of like, you're not going to change anything. What's done has been done. I'm not going to like hold that over your head. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember telling you I was sorry when you came to prison and you were like, it's okay, Mom. I know you didn't mean to do it. Pretty sure the girls had a different model on that. They were like, yes. But I was okay with that because it was me. Did you feel like, was there a period of time where, because for the longest time I was in denial. Like it's like the government did me dirty. This judge is so rotten. The FBI is terrible. And then things shifted. Like I got to a place where I was like, I need to take ownership. And I think a big part of that was I don't want my kids to grow up hating the system and feeling like a victim of the system. Did you notice that, like the shift in that? Or was your view, I mean, maybe you still don't like the cops.
Yeah, it's definitely tainted my view towards most government agencies, which I think most people have come around on.
We were just ahead of the game. You remember when after I got home and we went and talked to those girls at Thanksgiving Point whose father is in prison. I actually spoke to him recently when I went to the prison. And they were just like, it's the hardest thing. Like we dream about our dad coming home. We want to see our dad. And what can we do? And I remember you looking at him and saying, nobody's going to care until they go through it. Nobody's going to understand. And I feel like it's kind of true. It's like a hard thing. Your mom has cancer. People are going to be really compassionate about it. Your mom's in prison. You feel alone. Were you able to talk to Dad about it? Or was it just like you were pretty closed off?
Yeah, I definitely, like I said, I for sure had a lot of walls up. Yeah, just very closed off. I had a friend in high school. I remember we were hanging out and Dad was calling me and I was just like, put it on mute. I was like, oh, my dad's calling me. And he was like, bro, that's your dad. Like, my dad's my best friend. And I remember that was like a very big shift for for me. Like viewing my dad as like, oh, this is somebody that loves me. I should try to have a great relationship with them. When it was kind of the opposite, I feel like I was doing everything to just kind of avoid it or just not have a relationship. But that was definitely, a big learning moment for me.
Which band was it?
Zane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was the Harley. Was his mom the Harley
Yeah.
guy? I remember that.
What did your friends try to talk to you about it, or they just knew better?
Yeah, not really. Not really until like afterward. Once you came home, people would kind of ask me about it. Like, oh, what was it like going through that?
Mm-hmm.
But not really while you were gone. People weren't.
They don't know what to say. And then I come home. Well, first of all, what was it like to visit a prison, I guess?
I don't know. I feel like just like a very sterile environment almost. Yeah. Like it kind of felt like we were going through the airport. Like you put your stuff in the scanner and then, I don't know, just kind of a weird situation. But
man, it was so hard for me. When you guys would come, it was like, I didn't want you to have to come to a prison to visit me. And then when you came, I wanted you to never leave. And then I felt bad that you had to be there. And then when you would leave, my heart would ache so much I couldn't breathe. It was like every time I saw you, you were 6 inches taller. I just had to let go because I was gone 5 years. It's like insane. From 12, you were 14. I came home. You were like 18. You changed so much in those years, right? Like I was proud of you. And I'm so proud of you, like all the things that you've overcome, but I didn't know how to start. With you, it wasn't as hard. I feel like with Sadie, it was hard. With CJ, she changed so much, I didn't even know her. But I remember when I came home and sometimes we just lay on the floor in the sun and I was happy I got to spend time with you, you know? And then I've watched how those walls have come down even more. This is our cat. And so when you came home, or when I came home, what was it like for you? Did you feel like you didn't know me, or did you feel still like it's my mom? It's the same.
I feel like parts of it were the same. There was definitely like a relationship there that had to be rebuilt on some level. Yeah, just because I feel like both of us were at very different phases of our life than when you went away, obviously. So I feel like, just kind of a few months to kind of build that relationship, kind of learn each other again, but I don't feel like it was too difficult.
And then I come home and I'm writing books and talking about prison, and you're like, can we kind of get past the prison thing? How do you feel about that now? Like, because I get people on social media like, your kids don't want you to talk about it anymore. I'm like, we should ask them. So that's my question to you. Is it hard that I talk about prison so much?
Not really. I feel like it's good that you're able to get your story out there and you're very passionate about it. So I don't know. I feel like it's a good thing.
You're kind of you're out of the house and pretty independent now too. So
yeah, I'm kind of detached from it a lot too, but if it makes you happy and you're passionate about it, then cool.
Right on. I'm surprised I talked you into coming on the podcast. It's not your favorite thing. So.
No, I really didn't want to do it, but
it's your first and last podcast.
Safe to say.
Right.
What if she gets you a cowboy hat?
Might take a little more than that.
Yeah. I'm easy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Dad had pretty much sworn off podcasts a couple of years ago.
Not pretty much. There's no more.
He's like, I'm done. And then here he is. So that's the boots and the cowboy hat. What would you say to like your younger self or a kid that's 12 or 14 that their parents go into prison? Like, what would you say to that person?
I don't know. It's kind of a hard question.
There's not one thing that stands out that might be, helpful to keep it in context. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know what.
It's kind of the thing. It's hard. Like sometimes I'll look back on myself and what I went through and I'll think, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. But you can't know what you'll do until you experience it. Yeah. It's like people call me that are going to prison. What should I be prepared for? I go, your heart's going to break and there's nothing I can tell you that's going to change. You just have to walk through it. And I don't know. Each person handles that different.
Yeah. Like everyone's going to kind of have their own different struggles
Yeah.
with this situation. It's kind of like there's lots of layers. I mean, like you said, like losing somebody or like someone getting cancer, dying. I feel like a lot of people have kind of gone through that similar thing. There's not as many layers, whereas with you being gone and like there is a return date, like you're going to be back, it just kind of, there's more layers to it. So I feel like it's hard to say. Everybody would kind of take it a little differently and struggle in different areas, but
Yeah.
I'm curious, is there anything that you, looking back, you wish you'd have done better or different or with the hindsight? Maybe not. I'm just curious.
yeah, I feel like how I was saying, kind of just having a lot of walls up emotionally. I feel like it definitely would have helped to talk to more people about things and just kind of, yeah, let out that a lot of anger that I had. Not even towards anyone, but just for the situation that I was in, or seeing other kids and just feeling like life isn't fair. I feel like it would have helped to let some of that out. But
I think that explains that few football practices where we do tackle drills and Jackson was an animal. By the time we were done, there was kids that didn't want to get back in line. He was good. You were a good football player.
yeah, definitely had fun playing football.
Yeah. The Rob Adams Lone Peak team.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I one of my regrets is that when I was sentenced, like it was such a weight for all of you guys, and we didn't sit down and talk about it. We had that 8 weeks, but I was so brokenhearted. I wish I would have sat down and just said, like, let's talk about it. What does it feel like? I feel like you were really strong. Remember you telling me, you're like, Mom, it's okay. I'll help. I'll help Dad. It'll be okay. And you shouldn't have had to feel that way. I feel like you kind of did take on that role. You were like trying to help discipline Sadie and be the strong kid. And it would have been nice if Dad and I could have been giving you more of a soft landing. You would have felt safer to be open and not have to be so strong, you know?
Yeah.
Did you feel that way? Like you remember what it was like when I was sentenced?
I mean, yeah, I was 13 or 14. So I feel like there wasn't much. I was just like, oh, this really sucks. It kind of wasn't too deep yet. It was also hard to grasp. Just like that length of time, kind of just the whole scenario, just kind of at a young age, but you're starting to understand how the world works. But yeah, kind of just, this is really going to suck.
Yeah. And it did.
Yeah, definitely pretty difficult. But
how does it change your worldview? Having gone through that experience when you're around people that, I mean, you grew up in a really wealthy community around kids that had privilege. Like you go to the school and they're all driving Mercedes, or maybe not quite that extreme, but there's a lot of kids with driving Range Rovers. And then we financially are in a totally different spot. You have to buy your own car, and which is not, I mean, it's probably the way that most of the world is, right?
yeah.
But how do you think that experience has changed you? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Like, what do you think your worldview is like because of it?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely made me more compassionate towards other people. Just like, hey, you don't really know what somebody could be going through. Like, even if, like you said, we were in a wealthier neighborhood, that doesn't necessarily mean that people don't have problems of their own. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I feel like I know there's been a few times where I've asked you to come help me move stuff for people that are poor, like living in hard places. And I'm just proud of you. Like, I'm proud of the way you see the world and the way you respect others. Do you think, so you're in a relationship with like one of my other favorite people on the planet, Sadie.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because you have a sister, Sadie. Your girlfriend's named Sadie. They both have the same birthday.
Yeah.
Gets confusing. But Sadie's kind of one of the kindest, amazing people, and her parents too. Like such cool, hardworking, down-to-earth people. Do you think that being in that relationship has helped you, like, the walls come down?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, yeah, even before that, I had kind of learned that it's better to talk to people. But yeah, being with her, has definitely helped.
We just need to talk you into getting married soon.
It's interesting how much effect the people we surround ourselves with and associate with, how that can influence us, and we influence them too. But
Yeah.
just really really positive to have good people around you.
Yeah. She's brought a lot of light and goodness into our family. So.
Yeah, she has. She's awesome.
So no advice for anyone that going through something like this, or just anything hard, really, because you've navigated it really well. You're independent. Never from the time you were born did you want anyone to help you with anything. Like you walked at 8 months old. You just pretty much did everything you wanted to do. Do you think that proactiveness in you, like I am going to figure this out, has been a strength to you in navigating this?
Yeah. Yes and no.
I was going to say it could also be a weakness though, right?
Because it's also like there really is no solution to your problem, essential.
You're like up against a wall and you don't let people
going in
in.
circles. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess, advice could be like talk to someone, try to keep those relationships you have with people, because it is easy to get very bitter and think everyone's out to get you, but that's not the case. People closest to you love you and want the best for you.
I had another question now. I don't remember. Do you have any questions for me?
Not really. I feel like I've heard just about everything.
You've heard all the stories. Do you think that having your mom go to prison has gotten you in a place where you literally don't care what anyone thinks anymore? Like, has it been like that more or?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't really care what people think anymore.
Well, when you're a teenager, you're at the height of that, you know. I cared so much before I went to prison. I didn't even know how much I cared until I didn't care anymore. And it was just like, how cool is it that I just don't care? And at that point, it got to a place where I was just like, I just care that I like myself. I care, hey, kitty, I care that I feel good about me. And the rest of it is not my problem. And that's been helpful for me as I share my story and just like, if I feel like my integrity is good with myself, then I'm happy. If it's, if someone else doesn't like it, like I get comments all the time, your kids deserve you not to talk about this. I go, it's between me and my kids. So what's your relationship like with your brothers and sisters? You had Shelby and Jace, older siblings who are pretty good examples and pretty supportive. Do you think that was helpful for you?
I just definitely had a lot of walls up, but they were definitely supportive, whether it was like going fishing with Jace. You could tell they were both trying to put that effort in to keep our family a family unit, I guess.
How do you feel about your dad and his, like, I guess I should just ask, what do you think of your dad?
Yeah, I look up to him in almost every way. He's been a very good example to me. Yeah, just someone I want to model my life after, for sure.
Yeah. He's pretty amazing.
Yep. Great kid.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, even though you didn't want to. I know you're allergic to the cat. Cat, I want you to know how much I love you and how proud I am of you, how grateful I am to be your mother. You're somebody that I admire and love so deeply, and so grateful to be on the other side of this, and the way that you've loved me and supported your siblings and your dad. We're really lucky to be your parents.
Love you guys too.